Hello everyone, welcome to the chapter 2 of research methodology. For today, we are going to talk about the research topic and how are we going to write a research title. Don't you know that one of the crucial aspects of writing a research paper is choosing an ideal topic? The field of study is very complex and many interesting topics are significantly emerging in research and development. Choosing the right topic is an important skill of a researcher. Sound concept of research paper comes from a rigid search of information and exploration of society, nuisance, environmental trends, and everyday life situation. Your decision to select a research topic is depending on the purpose of usage. If you were a college student, most probable topics are related to employment, social issues, youth problem, career or professional growth, entertainment and sports, and technology. So if you are taking a graduate school, you will choose according to your specializations and field of interest. With so much object of research study, it will give you some confusion because of enormous options. Okay? For today, we will learn the concept of choosing research topic and how to write a title. We'll also unveil the basis why you are choosing that kind of topic and particular qualities of good research topic as well as the steps in choosing research topic and how are you going to formulate research question based on your topic and your title. Several articles have suggested an effective way in deciding which topic to choose in writing a thesis paper or research study. At the end of this chapter, you will be able to distinguish what is research topic from title, and you will also understand how well, okay, to select the right topic, and let us determine the process and formula in constructing a research title. Selecting the topic of research plays an important role in the quality of paper. Your topic provides a clear direction of where the study will go, and it defines the scope and limitation of the research process. Finding a suitable topic requires effort, time, and techniques. Authors of published papers stated that choosing the topic is a critical stage of research process and once interpreted as going back to the beginning after a dead end or failure. I know at this moment you are also contemplating what kind of research topic you would like to write for your research. Sage Encyclopedia defined research topic as the subject or issue that researcher is interested when conducting a research. Research topic is also defined as the research question that you are going to answer in the paper. In short, it is the subject and purpose. Why are you writing your paper? Title of the research leads to the identification of research problem. Topic focus on the content of the whole paper and as the prerequisite in narrowing a research title. Your topic can be converted to a research problem to give a clear direction of what the study is sought to answer. Your title is the summarized idea of your study, containing the main topic, methods of research, including also the sample and the result. What it takes to have a quality research topic. So let's move on to the next slide. What are the qualities of a good research topic? First, it must be clear, okay? Clear to understand, okay? Clear to know the nature of your study, and it must have a single interpretation. That is why narrowing of the topic is very important. Secondly, your topic must be well defined, okay? Research statement will give a brief description and framework of your paper. This will help the reader identify the flow of study. Third one is the use of simple language. It helps reader easily understand the context of the paper. Using jargons will not give an impression to the audience because you're the only one who know the meaning of the term. That's why it's very important that you use only simple language. The fourth one is topic must be interesting. It should catch the attention of reader with the same interest of field of study. It would give them or leave them something like they will be curious about. Okay? What is the topic all about? Is that would contribute to the increase or betterment of standard of living? Is there something that I could share my opinion or will agree or debate with my opinion? Next is worthy of investigation. It must contribute to socioeconomic demand and able to change the way of life of a reader. Next is the ability of reading resources. Okay, so there must be an available and adequate number of resources related to the topic. Enough materials can help complete the paper faster. Reading materials related to the topic must be accessible and up to date. That's why we are requesting that if you're going to check the review of related literature, it must be uh, within 5 years. Okay, so if it is to 2020, so you should get the research for 2019, 18, 17, 16, 15, okay, or even up to 7 years. Professor, you mean that the other dated the old research paper beyond that date is no longer applicable? No, what I am saying is that we should get a fresh information, okay? And because if it is fresh information, it came from trending, it came from the current situation. That's why that includes also the next qualities of good research. It must be current or phenomenal. Timely issue might draw one attention to many readers. Obsolete topic will not be beneficial for anyone. That's why we are requesting that if you read, okay, if you read a journal, okay, you should get the current or the updated journals or mostly cited journal also. And lastly, okay, you have to get the right title. You have to write the title by following the rules of research studies and do not violate any universal regulations of writing a journal. It must come up with a right title. That's why at the end of this slide, you will know the format of writing a title. Every research topic should specifically answer research question. Choosing the right question and the right research problem is the key to the success for every research according to the researcharticle.com. So here you could see some of the contemplating questions of writing a research topic. That's why if you are going to submit a paper in GMBA, they're going to ask you to submit like concept paper. They have a format for that. Okay, so the first contemplating question is, what is my paper all about? Okay, what do you want to talk about? Next is, why should I study that? Your purpose or your objective. How should I study that? So choosing the right method, and when and where should I conduct my study? Okay, so you also think about the respondents or the sample of your study. By answering these questions, it will give a writer a sort of starting point in writing a thesis paper, a dissertation, or just a research study. In addition, several things are suggested to remember in choosing research topic. Number one, consider the interest of your research stakeholders. Who are your research stakeholders? The researcher itself, your advisor, and the participants of the study. You also have to consider uh, a particular answer, okay, to an interesting problem. For example, why a firm is using a differentiation strategy, okay, that gives them like a milking cow, okay, a milking cow wherein they got a lot of cash from their operation. You could also ask a question like, um, why this firm became successful despite of the cultural barriers in international market. So that could be some of the interesting problem. Later on, I'm going to give you a specific example of a related business topic. And the last one is choose topics within your discipline or industry. Of course, you should just get a topic that you know you are familiar and that will trigger your interest. Now let's move on to the steps in choosing research topic. Professor, what should be the first thing we should do to choose a right topic? Okay, remember your objectives that the topic should answer an interesting problem. What do you think could be the possible problem in accounting? Let's say ethical issue, general accepted accounting principles, or you want to improve the operation and the management by developing state-of-the-art technology. And so those could be some of your questions that you have in your. The first step in choosing a right topic is brainstorming. You may prepare a list of interesting things related to your field. You may read books and publish a journal. And if you engage with previous project, you may develop to get a topic from that, and you may ask some expert people. Yeah, and in addition, you may also gather a list of ideas in current trends and ideas, like for example, what's happening in the world, the effect of coronavirus, okay, in your industry, manufacturing, um, marketing, accounting, hotel industry, agriculture, logistics. So there might be some ideas that will pop up in your mind, okay, that you would like to answer. And lastly, you can check the research idea of your university. Here in Kemin University, I think upon receiving some notifications and attending seminars, okay, the research drive of Kemin University is more on big data analysis, financial technology, and like the fourth, okay, fourth industrial revolution. So those are some of the updates that we heard from the research office. Okay, concept mapping would help also to give you an information or help you trace and explore area of your research of interest. Okay? It also provides focus and helps you identify possibilities for the exploration of analysis. Okay? So this tool, concept mapping, is going to help you to the linkages and relationship between your concept to organize and structure knowledge. In this figure, you will see the conceptual diagram of main components of concept mapping. It typically represents ideas and information as boxes connects with labeled arrows in a downward branching hierarchical structures. The relationship between concepts can be articulated in linking phrases, okay, such as causes, okay, aids, with, begin with, okay, so, or requires or contribute to. So those are the linking words, okay, from one word to another. This is how concept mapping is being used. To get a topic, you may read the sources of general information, or we call it GI, okay, such as encyclopedia, okay, periodical indexes, and a lot of web engines. Okay, so encyclopedia, the famous encyclopedia is Encyclopedia Britannica. They also have online, and then Encyclopedia Americana. So if you are looking for a Western information, so you could take a look on this. For the periodical indexes, we have the magazine, journal, or newspaper. And in regards with web engine, you are very familiar with Mr. Google, Mr. Yahoo, and Bing. Okay, so those are some of the web engines that you can use to search for the general information. The third one is you have to focus on your topic, even though there are a lot of topic that you may choose, but decision, okay, is the key aspect uh, of choosing a topic. Okay, so you have to focus on your topic. Your topic should not be too broad or too narrow. You have to know how to trim down your topic ideas to identify the focus subject. Okay, you may also use ranking. Okay, the ranking of keywords. Okay, into 1 to 5, and later on refine which topic is suited to your interest. Okay. However, locally confined topic, popular recent events, and broad interdisciplinary may give you some difficulties in giving you source of information because it's too broad. Okay, so if you can see here the diagram, okay, first, you should have the topic. Like example, you want a topic related to economic gain through environment conservation. So that could be the topic that you want to focus with. How are you going to narrow it? So you think about a particular environmental conservation practice or strategy. Okay, you have here the green hotel practices. And after that, which particular area would you would like to focus in green hotel, which hotels, which uh, research locales. So of course the most accessible one, you are here in Korea, you live here in Daegu, so you research for Daegu. If you're in Uzbekistan, okay, you research for the Uzbekistan's hotel. And from that a narrowed topic, you may come up with your research question. What could be the research question? Okay, what is the effect of implementing green practices, okay, in Daegu hotel industry? Or you could also simplify this into a particular um, types of hotel. It could be what is the effect of implementing green practices in Daegu Standard Hotel, or Daegu 5-star Hotel, or Daegu uh, transient or transient accommodation. So that could be uh, how you could do the focusing of your topic. More so, you could limit your topic in different way. Okay, you may concentrate by geographical area, okay, and by culture, by time frame, by discipline, or by population group. Okay, So let's say your topic is about economic gains through environment. Okay, in terms of geography, okay, it pertains to the location, so that is in Daegu City. Okay, and for culture, it pertains to the perspective, okay, of your respondent, or that this one is hoteliers, so the hotel owners or the manager or the hotel operators. Okay, by time frame, okay, you may identify the differences of 10 years, okay, before and after, or the of the its effect of technology in the environment. That could be one. Then for by discipline, either in business, in academe, in politics, in society, so in particular discipline. And for population group, okay, for a particular a group of people, senior citizen, around 40 to 50 years old, students, baby boomer, okay, generation X, generation Y, so depending on the population group. Next is make a list of useful words. Listing keywords will help you in the right track. It will help you describe your topic easily. That's why if you may check in research article after abstract portion, you will see the keywords, which is minimum of 5 words, because by taking a look on these keywords, the reader will be able to understand clearly what the research is all about. You can explore the synonyms and relevance of your keywords to the interest of field study. Number 5, be flexible. It is a given fact that as you narrow your topic, there will be some modifications to be made. You can never be sure of what you may find until you decide finally of the aspect of your study. Okay, it is also important that you should know the length of research paper, because it will help you stretch out the extent of data you need to gather and cover within your topic. Okay? For undergraduate, it is less than 100 pages. Okay? The traditional format is chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. The same with master's degree. Okay, but master's degree and doctorate degree, it should not less than 100 pages, or it should be more than 100 pages. Okay, and some of them, the average number is, it goes around like 130 to 150 pages. That's why if you're going to submit your thesis like around 50 pages, it is not a thesis, it's only a case study. Why? Because the information is not enough, okay, to justify your conclusion. Okay, sometimes if you're going to publish the paper, okay, in Elsevier, they only require you to submit for a maximum of 7,000 words. Okay, this goes around like 10 to 15 pages, including the table and figure. Okay, so this is the average total number page of a research paper for publication. Okay, what you are going to write in your master's degree is thesis. Okay, so it's kind of a lot of information that you need to provide. Okay, and also number 6 is you have to define your topic as focused research question. Research evolved because of humans' curiosity of information. Getting an idea is a prerequisite of asking a research question. Going back to your keywords, you may use it to draw a question. For example, COVID-19. What is the impact of COVID-19 in hospitality industry? By then, linking inquiry may follow. Okay? Here are some of business management topics that may help you catch your attention and interest. You may find it interesting to write a research about conflict management and the role of women in business management. It might also be interesting for you to write a topic about issues that affect management of business startup and what are the consequences of excessive work in business, why you should start a new business after one fails, and so on and so forth. Okay, so those could be some of the interesting topics that you may select. Okay. For international business management research topic, you may talk about social media, okay, uh, as a part, okay, as an important part, okay, of improving your strategy, okay, or competitive advantage for companies around the world. And also, you may find it interesting to study the history of war, okay, that affects the relationship of one country in terms of international trading. And you may also try to look on examples of companies that have failed in the international market and why, how do you spot a small business that is likely to become successful multinational? And also you might write something about languages that are likely to be international business language in the future. Okay, so the mode of transaction all over the world is the second side is English, but don't you know that 20% okay of transaction okay is being done by a Chinese trader because they are now in number one in terms of importation and exportation. And lastly, if you want to write a topic for business administration like advertisements, employees productivity, and wages, motivation that affects productivity, and the employer retention rate. Okay, so these are some of the topics that would really contribute to the betterment and decision making of a firm. The seventh step in choosing the right topic is research and read more. Read. Okay, that's why I'm requiring you to gather more than 20 related literature. Okay, content contemplation research, our activity that I had given you will help you a lot in getting some ideas on drawing your research topic, and it will also help you familiarize on how are you going to complete okay your paper okay step by step and part by part. Lastly is formulate a thesis is statement. So what is thesis is statement? Okay, so this statement is going to answer your research question. Okay, once you identify the focus topic, you may now concentrate on your research statement. The statement will help you give a direction, and it will help you give the clear view or description of your research, your objective, the process to follow, and expected output that you want to achieve. Normally it is like 1 to 2 single space pages. Okay? It is also we call it also a concept paper. Okay? A concept paper. Now you have your topic and you got the keywords and you gather some information. You have to remember to evaluate those information. You could not just get information in the internet or the website. Okay, particularly you have to check the credibility of those websites. Like for example, periodicals. How are you going to evaluate periodicals? Okay, the periodicals must be published weekly, monthly, or quarterly, and it should be reputable. Okay, you may also evaluate your information through scholarly journals. Okay, so because this paper or these articles are written by professionals, okay, in their specific field, and these journals are being reviewed by other professionals as well. Okay, it illustrated with graphs, tables, and have a list of references at the end that will prove that the information that they had gathered had been tested and affirmed by a researcher. And lastly, you may evaluate your information using popular magazine. Okay, so these are not in-depth enough to be scholarly, but it will contribute to like a phenomenal issue or trending events. Okay, they might have given you some relevant information as well. As we had mentioned, that research topic is a prerequisite of research title. It summarizes the main idea or ideas of your study. Normally, title contains 12 to 16 words, which reflects the nature of the study. Research title has three structures. First, your title must contain information about the topic of the work. Okay, so what is the research all about? Secondly, it contains methods of research and sample. How have you conducted the research and who are your target respondents? And the last one is the result or output of your paper. That's why I keep on asking my student, if you plan to write a thesis, is what will be the output? What it's not just only information dissemination. You are no longer undergraduate. You are in a master's degree. Therefore, there must be a particular output. Either you make a framework, you create a model, you create a new theory. So that is information, but it must be a new or original theories that you had tested. Okay, so that could be the structure of your title. Let's try to understand how are we going to formulate a title, or how are we going to create a title. Remember, your title is composed of a topic, sample participants, and results. Okay, sometimes in your sample participants it includes your method. So this format may comes in any order as long as it covers the important structure of the title. It is acceptable. Let's have an example. Okay, the first one is social media marketing practices among quick service restaurants in Cavite. Basis for proposed marketing strategies. Our topic is social media marketing practices. Who are our respondents? Quick service restaurants in Cavite. Okay, and what is the result? Okay, we would like to propose a marketing strategy. So this is an example one. Secondly, there is a research title structure wherein the result come first. Okay, and the method is already included. You could see there is a colon here that separate the structure to emphasize the result. And then after method is the topic and the sample. So our result is what? Okay, to make nurses perform better. Okay, and our method is qualitative study. Okay, our topic is about a mindful meditation, and our sample is German nursing students. Okay, so always take note of the structure, and then it will not lead you astray. Okay, in thinking about on how are you going to write your title. Now, let's move on to the tips on writing a research title. Okay, so your title must contain a few words as much as possible. Okay, 12 to 15 words is enough. That is the average number of words in a research title. Okay, and also you may omit the word study of, a report of, because it is an implied already understandable that you are writing a research study. So you don't have to use this word, okay, to minimize the usage of words in your title or to shorten your title. And also it must be easy to understand, and your title should describe the contents of the paper accurately and specifically. More so, okay, while identifying the importance of research title structure, you also have to know the content. Okay, no abbreviation, no formulas, and no jargon. Okay, the accepted abbreviation that is generally a general knowledge is like DNA, GDP, ROI, CEO, HR, CPA, IPO, but most of the time, okay, in title, they don't use it. Okay, even a scientific name, okay, they're going to include the formula or the scientific code, okay, that could be acceptable. And do not include any verb because it will make your title longer. Okay, do not contain low impact words, as I had mentioned a while ago, the study of, effect of, investigation of. So more on like you are doing a case study, what's happened. Okay, so that could be some of the don'ts of writing a research title. Okay, it must not be flashy. Remember, you are writing a thesis paper, so you have to avoid statements that will create eyesores to the readers, like agroforestry can stop deforestation. So they would not understand about it. They know deforestation, but how about agroforestry? So it's like a technical term in agriculture. Writing a research topic requires a lot of time in reading. Initially, you are already conducting our research, digging words of information to produce another conceptual framework of research studies is very important in choosing the right topic. That's why I had included some of references for you to use as an additional information in writing and choosing your research topic. Okay, so most of them are online. Okay, and also even though they are online, I also included some of the research article. Okay, and you may watch also in YouTube, okay, the different method of choosing a topic. Okay, I have a friend who is also a professor in John University who has a blog, okay, and his name is Dr. Nimrod Carpio, and his blog is uh, Tong, okay, Tong channel, okay, and he is also a professor teaching research, and you may be interested to watch his video. I think it only lasts like not more than 10 minutes, and some of the videos in YouTube in writing a title and choosing a topic, I'd watch, I think, 3 minutes. Okay, that short video would really summarize the method and how you could write the title and a research topic. Again, you have to validate and evaluate the information that you are going to use online. Okay, there are a lot of research journal website, okay, that you can use uh, if you want to furtherly, okay, dig information that is related to your chosen topic. Okay, so there are a lot. Okay, so just have to pick the right one. Okay. I had included an activity sheet on this PowerPoint as an application of our discussion. Okay, we are going to identify a different topic. I want you to get the topic itself, the method, the result, and the sample of the research in the title. And also, we are now moving to the writing of the concept paper, but it will not be June the next week. Okay? We're going to discuss that during our Zoom meeting. Okay, so I think for now, I had given you a lot of concept and information of what your research topic should be and how are you going to choose your research topic. Okay, you may find a lot of information online, but it's your will or it's your decision, okay, of a particular topic, okay, that will prevail, and you have to focus on it. You have to read a lot of materials for it so that you will understand what you really want to write in your paper. And with your title, I had given you the structure, the content of your title, and now you will be aware uh, about the structure of the research title that you may read um, in different journals. Okay, every journals, every uh, institution that promotes research writing, they have their particular standard of writing a title. But in general, what I had given you is that it composed of the sample, respondent, method, and result. Okay, so I hope that you could be able to understand everything that I had discussed. So if you have any further question or clarification, please send me a message and I will be much willing to answer you. That's for today. Thank you and have a nice day, everyone.